This video is meant to open the eyes of everybody and let them know that Vikings are truly good-hearted people and they only do everything because they had to. Do you know really what a Viking is? Do you? Do you? And they drank, and boy did they love their drinks. But what did they drink out of? Some of us are led to believe that they drank out of mugs. Well, that is incorrect, because they drank out of skulls. What? Yes, skulls. Human skulls, animal skulls, skulls. You want to be a Viking? Get a skull. Some of them stayed home to be farmers. I guess everybody around here is a Viking because some of them decided to stay home. So maybe some of them weren't all about the blood and guts and the skulls. Maybe they were really just about their crops. A lot of people think that Vikings are big scary men and all they want to do is fight you and kill you. But you all have it wrong. Vikings, they had reasons for things. They didn't mean to hurt you. They just wanted their land. They only fought because they had to, not because they wanted to. Vikings had an extremely awesome sense of humor. They just wanted to make people laugh and they made each other laugh. And so I'm gonna tell about a story where they just had a good old time. Well, after the Vikings had totally and completely destroyed a place, they decided that they were going to conquer it. It was a Danish peninsula. Anyway, and so they conquered it and they decided, being the funny good old people they are, they were gonna make a dog their king. Oh, those Vikings! They made a terrier the first king and they made people give it its best food and drinks. The dog's name was Reke, and Reke was just a wonderful king, and I bet everybody absolutely laughed. Dogs cannot live forever. Oh, Reke! So they needed a new king. And guess what? It wasn't a human again. They made a poodle! They had King Senyo. Everything went the same, just like Reke, but Senyo died by getting eaten alive by lice. And I just guess that's bad luck. Just like you and me, nobody really likes to get insulted. And the Vikings didn't like it either. So they had a little law for it. It was the 3 laws that they had. You would lie to a Viking, which I recommend you do not do. They would have something. First 2 insults that you would give towards a Viking, they could sue you for. But if you insult them a 3rd time, well, let's just say that they're gonna kill you. They do not take it lightly. You just don't do it. 3 is bad. Do not insult a Viking, okay? But if a Viking does not put out laws and sue them or kill them after the 3rd time, then you can insult that Viking as much as you want because they can't do anything about it because they were too much of a wimp. We all know how cavemen started their fire with wood. But the Vikings, they had a different approach to it. They would take a certain bark from trees and boil it in their urine for a couple days. They could easily transport it, so they had fire on the go, just like you can get Wendy's or McDonald's. They just had fire from their urine. Men protect women. That's just how it's gone. And with the Vikings, you did not do anything. A woman's dignity was the utmost importance in the Viking community. There is actually a story that a man slapped a woman in public, his wife, and that is the biggest crime he could have possibly done. And the entire Viking clan actually declared war on just this man and his kin, and a dozen people were like killed. So don't slap your wives in public, and don't slap your wives in public. Being a Viking means you don't wash yourself, you don't keep yourself looking all spiff and span, and you think that everything is just gonna smell bad? Well, you're wrong. You stereotypical student. Vikings are actually clean freaks. Saturdays were considered washing days in which all of them would wash. They would bleach their hair blonde because that was positive in the Viking culture. Because you know what? Vikings, handsome people. Just to wrap things up, everybody needs to know the basic things. Vikings have humor, they're clean freaks, they have fire made out of urine, and they don't like being insulted, and if you're going to be rude to a woman, then you're gonna be killed. So just remember the basics. I'm 1 an A+, and Vikings are cooler than you thought.